Hashtag Kim Kardashian fears Kanye West wants to humiliate her with shock video footage. Picture this. You're one of the most famous women on the planet. You spent years carefully curating every single frame of your public image, and then your ex-husband drops a documentary featuring intimate footage from the absolute worst moments of your marriage. Kim Kardashian is living that nightmare right now, and according to insiders, she's terrified about what Kanye West might reveal next. Welcome to the messiest post-divorce chapter in celebrity history, where private pain becomes public entertainment and nobody's holding back anymore. If you want the unfiltered truth about Hollywood's most complicated breakup, hit that subscribe button and smash the notification bell, because Celebrity Treadmill is about to expose what Kim really thinks about Kanye's documentary Bombshell and why she's absolutely panicking behind closed doors. Let's set the stage, because this situation is layered like one of those elaborate cakes on baking competition shows, except instead of frosting, we're dealing with trauma, public humiliation, and enough family drama to fuel an entire streaming service. When the trailer for Kanye West documentary, In Whose Name, dropped over the summer, the internet collectively lost its mind. Fans of the controversial rapper praised it as his opportunity to finally tell his side of the story, covering everything from his marriage breakdown with Kim to the shocking decline of his mental health over the past decade. The documentary hit theaters last month, and let me tell you, it did not disappoint in terms of delivering uncomfortable, intimate, absolutely jaw-dropping moments. The film was shot during the very public implosion of Kanye and Kim's marriage, featuring several clips that show the couple trying to navigate Kanye's deteriorating mental health while maintaining some semblance of normal family life for their 4 kids. North, who's 12 now, 9-year-old Saint, 7-year-old Chicago, and 6-year-old Psalm. It's basically watching a train wreck in slow motion, except the train is a billion-dollar empire and the wreck affects 4 innocent children. Now here's where things get absolutely wild. Sources close to Kim are revealing that she's not just uncomfortable about what's already been shown. She's genuinely terrified about what Kanye might do next. The one thing Kim absolutely does not want her toxic ex to release? More footage, more intimate moments, more private conversations that were never meant for public consumption. Because apparently, what we've seen so far is just the tip of the iceberg, and Kim is living in constant fear that Kanye is sitting on even more explosive material. Think about this from Kim's perspective for a second. She's built an entire career on controlling her narrative. Every Instagram post is calculated. Every paparazzi photo is strategically planned. Every episode of the Kardashians is edited and curated to show exactly what she wants the world to see. She's the master of her own image, the architect of her public persona. And then Kanye shows up with raw, unfiltered footage from the absolute darkest period of her life and just drops it into theaters worldwide. That's not just a loss of control. That's a complete obliteration of the walls she spent years building. The documentary shows moments that Kim would never, ever have allowed on her own reality show. We're talking about genuine conflict, real emotion, unscripted chaos. This isn't the polished, glamorous version of Kim that we're used to seeing. This is Kim dealing with spouses in crisis. Kim trying to protect her children. Kim navigating impossible situations with no good options. It's vulnerable in a way that must feel absolutely violating to someone who's made privacy within publicity and art form. But here's what makes the situation even more complex. Kanye's mental health. The documentary doesn't shy away from showing his struggles, and that's both courageous and concerning. Mental health advocacy is important, and Kanye sharing his journey could help destigmatize conditions like bipolar disorder. But where's the line between advocacy and exploitation? Where's the boundary between telling your truth and weaponizing someone else's trauma? Those are questions that don't have easy answers, especially when children are involved. Insiders are saying that Kim's biggest fear isn't just about her own image. It's about her kids. North, Saint, Chicago, and Psalm are going to grow up and potentially watch this documentary. They're going to see their parents at their absolute worst. They're going to witness private family moments that most children would never have access to, let alone the entire world. How do you explain to your 12-year-old daughter that millions of people have watched intimate footage of your marriage falling apart? How do you protect your children from public scrutiny when their father is broadcasting private pain to anyone with a movie ticket? The relationship between Kim and Kanye has been described as toxic by multiple sources, and honestly, that tracks. This isn't a clean break where both parties wish each other well and move on peacefully. This is messy, complicated, and apparently ongoing warfare where the weapons are documentaries, social media posts, and public statements. Kanye's been known to go on Twitter rants about Kim and her family. Kim's been trying to maintain dignity while also setting boundaries. It's the kind of high-stakes divorce that makes other celebrity breakups look like friendly, conscious uncouplings. What's particularly interesting is the power dynamic at play here. Kim has always been in control of her narrative through her reality show and social media presence. But Kanye has something she can't control: his own footage, his own platform, his own willingness to burn bridges if he feels it serves his truth. That's terrifying for someone like Kim, who's built her empire on carefully managed public perception. Kanye doesn't play by those rules. He never has. He's unpredictable and censored, and apparently uninterested in protecting Kim's feelings or reputation. The timing of the documentary's release is also worth examining. It came out last month, right when Kim's been focused on her acting career with All's Fair and continuing to build her business empire. She's been trying to move forward, evolve past the Kanye chapter of her life, establish herself as a serious businesswoman and aspiring lawyer. And then boom, documentary drops. Everyone's talking about her failed marriage again, and she's right back in the spotlight for reasons she can't control. That's got to be infuriating. Sources are saying that Kim feels Kanye wants to humiliate her. And honestly, can you blame her for thinking that? When you release intimate footage of someone during their most vulnerable moments without their full consent or control over the narrative, it's hard to interpret that as anything other than a deliberate choice to expose them. Whether that's Kanye's actual intention or just a side effect of him wanting to tell a story is debatable, but the result is the same. Kim's private life is being aired out for public consumption, and she's powerless to stop it. The legal complications here must be absolutely nightmarish. Did Kim sign releases for this footage? Did she have any say in what was included? What about the kids? Were there protections in place for them? Celebrity divorces often include strict confidentiality clauses and agreements about how children can be portrayed in media. But Kanye's never been one to follow traditional rules. And if he believes this footage serves a greater purpose of sharing his truth, he might feel justified in releasing it regardless of legal gray areas. Let's talk about what this means for their co-parenting relationship, because that's where this gets really complicated. Kim and Kanye have to somehow maintain a functional partnership in raising their 4 children, while also existing in the state of public warfare. How do you coordinate school pickups and birthday parties when your ex just released a documentary potentially designed to humiliate you? How do you put on a united front for your kids when millions of people are watching your every interaction, looking for signs of conflict? The answer is, you probably don't, at least not successfully. Co-parenting after divorce is hard enough for regular people. Co-parenting after a high-profile divorce where one party releases intimate documentaries about your relationship, that's next-level difficulty that requires therapists, lawyers, and probably a small army of support staff just to make basic logistics work. Kim's fear about what Kanye might do next is legitimate. If he's already released footage from their marriage, what's stopping him from releasing more? Does he have recordings of private conversations? Videos of family moments that were meant to stay private? Text messages or emails that could be taken out of context? The uncertainty must be absolutely maddening. It's like living with a ticking time bomb where you don't know when it'll explode or how much damage it'll cause. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the price of fame is having your worst moments documented forever.